sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Awesome. Hello, everybody. Welcome to week 3, day 4 of our positive action lessons. Now, you remember yesterday we were talking about different emotions that we have. And I'm looking forward to seeing the collages that you made of those different emotions. So that is awesome. So today we are going to be talking about the emotion love. And Danny, do you remember what that emotion is?
The best emotion there is.
It is, and to love is to show unconditional caring. So unconditional caring just means like you just love somebody because they're there and they're supportive of you and they're helpful. You know, it's like you can love a dog and your dog shows you unconditional love.
And you love and worry about them more than you do yourself sometimes.
Yep, that is exactly right. Yep. Of course, sometimes I'm not sure if the dog loves me, but I think he does.
Well, he did. He did win a contest.
He did win a contest.
So he does love you.
So yes, he does. So we are going to read a story about Caleb and how Caleb learns about love. Interesting.
All right. What's
Caleb.
the story?
Well, Caleb's dad has been grumpy for weeks. Every night after dinner, he disappeared into his at-home office and didn't come out until long after the children's bedtime. Caleb and his sister Lisa were warned by their mother not to bother Dad when he was working. Even at breakfast and dinner, Mother often said, "Don't bother your father, children." I wonder what's going on. Caleb could hardly believe the change in his dad. It seemed forever since they had played ball together, even longer since Dad wrestled him to the floor in a big bear hug and said, "I love you, son." Oh, that would make me feel kind of sad. If my dad didn't do that for a while.
I get that. You'd notice it.
No, things were different. Caleb said to his mother one day, "What's the matter with Dad? He used to be so much fun, and now he is such a grouch." Oh, I can't imagine calling our dad that.
Ooh, no.
No. Caleb, his mother said, "Your father has been working on something important right now. He's a big report to present to his company next week. He's working hard on it because he wants it to be perfect." Oh. So he's worrying.
Yep.
He's a little fearful that it's not going to be perfect.
Probably
There's
a little discouraged.
A little
Yeah,
discouraged.
discouraged in there.
Lots of emotions going on in there. He wants it to be perfect, just as you do when you have important schoolwork to do. She smiled. "You're just missing the love he usually shows you." Oh, that makes sense, doesn't it, Danny?
Yeah.
So why don't you try just showing him how much you loved him? Well, how do you think he could do that?
Maybe not bothering him while he's working.
Oh.
Giving him a little bit of room to finish his project.
Oh, that's a great idea. Well, how? Caleb didn't see how he could love Dad without bothering him. By giving him the quiet time he needs to do his work. Find ways to entertain yourself while he's busy. Wait to ask him questions until he's done with this report. And try to think of what's best for him right now. And that's what Danny said earlier about unconditional love. You try to think of what's best for the other person instead of yourself. And that's what Caleb's mom is saying that he should do.
Yep.
So Caleb thought a lot about what his mother said. That night his father came home looking tired and grouchy. Caleb said nothing more than, "Hi, Dad," even though he had 100 things to talk about. At dinner, he was very quiet and well behaved. Then, just before bedtime, he knocked softly on his dad's office door. When his dad said yes, he went in and said, "Dad, I know you've been working very hard lately, and I haven't been much help. But Dad, I just want you to know that I love you." And he gave his dad the biggest hug he could. He looked up to see his father smile at him for the first time in weeks. Caleb felt great. He thought, "Now I understand." And he smiled as he went to bed. Well, good job, Caleb.
Heck yeah.
So
Yeah.
he did exactly what he should to show his father care. Gave him his space, let him know that he loved him, and kind of that he was here.
Yep. And sometimes you're gonna do that.
Yeah. So today, in your journal, I want you to either write a sentence or draw a picture on how you can show love to your family. Especially now when we all have to be staying inside. You know, it's pretty easy to get a little cranky, get a little grouchy,
Get a little
because
discouraged, not in space.
Yep.
Yeah, all those things.
so think about some ways where you can show your love to your family. So that is it for this week. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next week.
Bye.